Gambian journalists took to the streets on Friday, May 3, 2013 to celebrate World Press Freedom Day. The journalists converged at the official building along Carava Avenue and marched to the office of the Association of Non-Governmental Organizations. The procession attracted journalists from the print and electronic media. While the march past was on, journalists chanted for press freedom.
Free press! Free press! Free press! Free press! Free speech!
As the journalists marched through the streets of Carava Avenue, the Secretary General of the Gambia Press Union, Jibairu Jane, said they are not celebrating the World Press Freedom Day, but are asking government to reform media laws as well as reopen the media houses that were being closed by the state.
We are demanding for media reform because the press in the Gambia is already seriously censored by the laws. So this is to bring the general public to the attention of the fact that journalists in this country require freedom to inform them as required by law.
At the end of the day, what are you expecting as the Secretary General of the Gambia Press Union?
We are engaging government for the first time into a policy dialogue, and this is is the beginning of a long process of engagement with government to realize the necessity of a free press in any democracy.
While some senior journalists desired the young ones on their parade, Sam Sarr of the Foreign newspaper joined the procession to show his support to the march past and has this to say.
When there be free press,
free speech, free speech.
Okay, we are processing and we hope to have a dialogue with, of course, the Honorable Minister for Information. What would you expect to see at the end of the day?
Free speech.
what I expect to take action regarding freedom of press.
Serif Bojang is the proprietor of the Standard newspaper. He was also part of the procession calling on the state to reopen his newspaper. He states that since the closure of his newspaper, only a few of his employees have since gained employment.
Actually, my paper was closed in September, so it was more than a couple of months. Today is World Press Freedom Day, and journalists and people who value and cherish media freedom throughout the world are commemorating this day because the freedom of speech is intrinsic, integral, part of any democratic society.
So, at the end of the day, what would you expect to see as far as the Gambian media is concerned?
Well, I think this day is more about symbolism than anything. I don't think it's necessarily going to lead to the reopening of my newspaper or other papers and the radio as well. It's more about symbolism.
But would you appreciate that the newspapers that have been closed or the media houses that have been closed are reopened because a lot of people were being employed by...
For example, in my own establishment, I had like 51 people, and out of the lot, only about 7 or so have since gained employment in all those months. So I would definitely want us, our papers and radio stations to be reopened so that we can go back to what we as.
The president of the Gambia Press Union, Emil Toure, also called on the state to reopen the media houses that have been closed and reform the media laws.
Important to Gambian journalists in light of the fact that we're grappling with a lot of problems. And this day was set aside by the United Nations for journalists and media practitioners around the world to reflect on the challenges and the gains that they have made. And because of that, we feel that the press in this country has come under attack on several instances, and given that we have lost this type of expression, we feel by embarking on mounting the procession, we will highlight some of the problems that we are facing, and this is exactly one of the main reasons why we decide to bring on about these acts, reform media laws, protect journalists, and so on.
Yeah. Rounding up with the interviews is an employee of the Standard newspaper, Seni MK Marena, who believes that attaining press freedom is a far-fetched issue and called on the state to reopen his newspaper.
Words actually cannot elaborate how significant this event is to me. It has been almost 8 months after the close-up of our media house, and today is a day for us to reflect on the media freedom in the Gambia. We are not free. When we say freedom, freedom comes from a long Pakistan. We still in the struggle, and we are calling on the state authorities to reopen our newspaper.
The procession came to an end at the Tango office, where the journalists had a policy dialogue with the Minister of Information, Honorable Nana Gray Johnson, who gave a keynote address.